Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to choose the stone that draws you, the one that really resonates with your intuition on this lovely morning. And we will begin. For those of you who'd like a little further clarification, we do have a golden nugget card at the end. Whoops, I'm going to put that over here on the side. Okay. For those of you who chose the moonstone, we've got the Lover's card, we've got the Nine of Swords, we have the Hanged Man. All right, so very interesting. For some of you, something's going on with your love life. And oh gosh, for some of you, there may be some sort of delay in that love connection coming in, and it has you worried. But the Hanged Man, okay, now the Hanged Man is the delay that we need. It's not the delay that we want. It's the delay that we need. So he is going into a yoga pose. As long as he's got to hang out there, you know, he's going to go into yoga pose. He's going to have acceptance. He's going to try to see things from a new perspective. He's going to have some faith. Trust. You know, this man isn't struggling, because what's struggling going to do? He simply must wait to be freed from this. But in the meantime, he's going to get some enlightenment here. So, you know, that is so true for relationships too. Sometimes we really want that love relationship. We would love to fall in love. We would love to have that. But then sometimes it's time for us to grow as people. Like if we don't understand this or that or the other thing, we may not be ready for this relationship. Or we may accept somebody coming in that is not, who is not good for us, who won't be fitting for the next era in our lives, you know? So sometimes there is a delay, and it's for good reason. Now, this person is not accepting the delay, right? The Nine of Swords person is not accepting it. The Nine of Swords person is analyzing. The Nine of Swords person is up thinking, what am I doing wrong? Thinking, will this ever happen to me? Thinking, what's wrong with me, maybe even. And, you know, we don't need that. Always this Nine of Swords, I feel like, comes up for Source to say, please don't do that. And certainly don't think on serious issues when you're tired or when you're stressed or when you're down, or do not. That's not the time to figure out your life problems. Really, please don't do that. So the Hanged Man instead is opening himself up to source energy, to the greater, the oneness, God, his guides, angels, his higher self, however you look at that, gods, you know, whatever your faith is, or if you're sort of agnostic about it all, but he's opening himself up to enlightenment. And that then makes it more likely that that love will come in. So now that's one interpretation of these cards. But this Lover's card I always feel is very supernatural. See, you know, there is a force for good there. I call it Source a lot of times. But frankly, in the way we interact with Source, a lot of times there will be a being. There will be a being. And whoever that is for you, however you label that being or beings, I think, you know, we're relational. We're relational beings. So I think Source a lot of times will, that creative, good, all-knowing energy will come to us in the form of a being. So that's why this Lover's card a lot of times I feel like is also about supernatural love. It's about the very personal, the very companionable love that is there for us spiritually. And we have an angel here. We have these two in the Garden of Eden. You know, that too. You know, I always feel like that story, and these stories in all kinds of religious traditions, the stories, the parables, the mythology, it is important because it speaks to key truths in my mind. And the Garden of Eden is sort of like we can be We can be, we can enjoy the abundance. We can enjoy the love. Source has so much love for us. But you know what gets in the way? The tree of knowledge, right? You know, our thinking can get in the way of that. Yeah. And this is where I again refer to Eckhart Tolle. Great videos on being instead of thinking, on being the master of our minds instead of the mind being our master. So I will put a link in the description below for his channel on YouTube. Yes. So that can be about that too. But very powerful major arcana breakthrough time is the meaning of that. And understanding the love and letting it in. That brings such peace too, and it does take care of worry. All right. For those of you who chose the copper with the patina, I'm not going to polish this copper because I like that. I like the patina. All right, we have the 9 of coins. We have the 6 of swords and the Queen of Wands. Very good cards, very nice cards. You might be coming out of a time, they're minor arcana, so this could have even been a difficult week. You know, you may be coming out of a time when there have been a lot of kind of difficult or challenging things, and you know what? You are amazing with your maturity. You can learn from that. You know, I just feel like, you know, life is not guaranteed to be easy. And frankly, we all make it a lot more difficult than it needs to be because we're all growing. But yeah, and we shouldn't be critical of ourselves that way. You know, those on the other side would never be critical of us because we have to see out of this body. You know, we have to see out of these eyes and we can't see the greater spiritual reality. So we're not going to be self-critical, but maybe it was a week of growth. Maybe it was, you know, times where things didn't go easy, they were challenging, but everything you've learned, you bring onto a smoother sailing. You bring into a calmer sea. You bring into a better day. And that's your way. If you're this Queen of Wands energy is doesn't give up. It is mature. You know, challenges or not, she sort of learned to say, okay, that just makes me better. And on she goes. So that's wonderful energy. And the 9 of coins. See, now that's sort of the self-made woman sitting pretty. She's earned this. She enjoys her luxuries. She has security and she's okay with enjoying that. So it may be a good day to enjoy yourself. It really may. To go ahead and maybe that is even something that occurs with it's an active process. It's not just a passive resting process. This isn't the 4 of swords. This is the 9 of coins. So you may want to make some plans to do something enjoyable today. You know, that's a reward. That builds you up after maybe some difficult things you've been learning or hearing of or experiencing. Not minor arcana stuff, not big stuff, but you know, sometimes we need to plan a nice time to reset. All right. For those of you who chose the, moving my table, the hematite, we have the Sun, we have the 8 of Cups, we have the Ace of Wands. Very nice. Okay, so you may not see it right now. You may need to, and watching this reading may be part of that. You may need to take some time to connect with yourself emotionally and what it is you want. It may feel like the day to do that, to sort of say, okay, how am I doing emotionally? Maybe you haven't felt like you've had the luxury of doing that, but today is the day to ask yourself, how are you doing? What do you want to do? What would feel good? What would feel good today? What would fill your cup emotionally? And you may have to search a little bit for that. It may not be just apparent. You may have to, you know, it's a good idea. I do like that this figure walks because I feel like I can center with emotions better when I walk, when I do something physical. I don't know if it's the oxygen that gets put through the brain with the blood moving or what it is, but there's something, the kinetic activity kind of gets a mental process going too. So sometimes you need some of that to help you to kind of identify your emotions. How do you feel? What do you need? And Source wants you to be happy today. Joy is coming in and opportunity. See, that Ace of Wands is sort of like Source offering you perhaps an opportunity, perhaps a want to. See, I feel like that wand energy, these wands are alive. They have leaves. So that wand energy is life-giving energy. It is sort of an enthusiasm sometimes. So we have great energy coming in, and joy and Source smiling upon you. So, you know, it takes a little bit sometimes to receive that. We sometimes forget that favor is shining upon us. So, excellent set of cards. Excellent set of cards for today. For those of you who would like a little further clarification for your reading from the Golden Nugget, we have the Ace of Coins. So Source might also be bringing you some money, frankly. There may be some money coming. There may be an opportunity to make money coming. But coins can be health. There may be health, something, an opportunity to improve your health, real sort of divine intervention there. Because you know what's wonderful is we can ask for that. We can ask for divine interventions. We do not have to have all the answers. We do not have to have all of the opportunities or resources. We can ask for divine intervention to help us with those things. And it can come. It will come in one way or another, the way that is right for us at the time. It will come. The Ace of Coins can also be simply, you've been given a gift, something tangible. So it's a lovely card though, and it is Source trying to take care of you in a practical way. All right, well, I thank you all so much. Hit the like button if you're still listening, please. I think I watch videos on YouTube and sometimes I forget unless they tell me. So hit the like button if you would, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful one. Bye-bye. Jeepers, I don't know what I was saying. My phone overheated and turned off the camera. Anyway, I was talking about that centering exercise so that you can then, this card is definitely saying, you can then trust that your intuition is very strong today, that you do know that you are the oracle today. I thank you all so much. You take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.